So I just finished watching Kingdom Season 1, specifically the Battle of Bayou arc. Wow. Just for some context, if you guys don't know, I am up to date with the manga, so it's a little bit of a different experience for me in terms of watching the anime, but I think it was beautiful. Obviously, it's no surprise that the animation frickin' sucks. What can you do? That aside though, I really want to say that I did enjoy it. This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to give you guys my top 10 favorite moments. It was so difficult. Even though I have 3 honorable mentions along with my top 10 favorite moments, and still that wasn't enough. And honestly, I might have missed some. If you guys have watched the Kingdom anime before, let me know what your favorite moment is in Kingdom Season 1, specifically the Battle of Bayou arc. We're going to start with number 10. Kano proclaiming that Oki's flying arrow has arrived. So this is where we get to see Shin's signature jump attack. Not only that, but we get to see Shin actually show out in this war. In Oki's return to the battlefield, Shin is the one to get the first kill. I think that's freaking awesome. And it was hype too, seeing everyone cheer on Shin. And I mean, the manga will never be able to give us that voice acting, that music, the motion that we get in the anime. I really like that. Number 9, Oki completely humbles Shomo. Oh my gosh. This was already good in the manga. I do think in the anime it was a little goofy, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it. If the anime got anything right, they got the lips right. They animated the lips perfectly. They're always juicy, always scrumptious, always plump, and that's what we like to see. Oki humbled his ass. Number 8, everybody goes nuclear after seeing Oki ride to the front. He didn't even say anything. Apparently that's one of the things Oki always did as part of his old routine as one of the 6 great generals of Qin. He would ride off to the front, say nothing, raise his glaive. People just go crazy, bro. It's moments like that that make you change your mind completely. Because I don't know about you guys, I thought Oki was a whole villain at the start of the story. But this whole Battle of Bayou arc does such a good job making you love him to eventually... If y'all seen it, I'll get to that. Number 7, Mobu. Martial might. Too strong for strategy. His martial might overwhelms any type of strategy and tactics. You're telling me he goes up against Ri Haku, the general in China. By the way, I didn't know this. I forgot about this. He's known as the defensive general. This is the defensive player of the year, and Mobu owned him. I think the main thing to point out here is that Mobu, someone that even I thought was stupid or doesn't use his brain, actually put on a masterclass. He knew that we had foot soldiers that were farmers, that were conscripts, that were fresh blood mainly. So what do? You go on your normal aggressive charge, but not in too deep. Pause. To give them greater confidence, which then leads to greater morale. Hey, I like that from Mobu. I really do. It shows a lot of character development already. And we just met this guy like last arc or something. Number 6, we have Shin hyping everybody up before they go up against Hoken. Mind you, Shin just got his ass handed to him. Literally just got his ass handed to him. And so everybody's getting hyped up. We got this, bro. We can kill Hoken. And so with everyone working together, Shin ends up getting a solid hit on Hoken. I'm like, alright, okay. We might actually have a chance. Even though Shin got a hit in, it shows his potential, but we got to remember this is Oki's villain. This is Oki's rival. This is Oki's person to take down. Now, I know I said top 10 moments. I'll let you guys know right now, not all of these are going to be moments. Some of these are going to be legit sequences. They're going to be entire storylines, or the whole episode was a great moment for me. Like this one, number 5, Oki explaining the brilliance of his strategy. And what I mean by this is it all started when he sent the Heishin unit to go attack Fuki. Like Shin said earlier, a Bane has a Bane strength. It might have seemed insignificant or too little to disrupt Fuki in his perspective, but Oki knew what he was doing. Oki knew that most of Fuki's camp was full of cavalry, was full of horsemen, and when they're not moving, they suck. And when the Heishin unit is already in that close, he can't really come up with a plan. It's over. Oki in the previous arcs already told us about the importance of strategic versus instinctual generals. And Fuki, who is a purely strategical general and inexperienced in close range battle, I mean, it's raps for him. The Heishin unit being that close, it's raps. The best part about this though is Fuki saying that his strategies are flawless. But even the most flawless of plans have a slight margin for error, and so he says he tries to rationalize or come up with the excuse that the 100-man unit somehow slipping through should be accounted for in that slight margin for error, so he shouldn't really lose the battle or lose his life because of that. But that's where Oki got him. That's the best part. That's where Oki got him. It's precisely because Oki predicted that Fuki would move up his right wing in reaction to Oki sending out his left wing that he gave the Hishin unit that mission. If anything, Oki proved to us nothing is a coincidence, especially with him. He doesn't just do stuff. Everything has a meaning. The most impressive thing is him putting Fuki in checkmate without actually doing anything himself, in terms of he's not riding into battle himself. He's not telling everyone the grand plan or the end goal of all these little things he's saying. He just did them. He's Hikaru. Oki is the Hikaru of Kingdom. This guy's a pre-move genius. And in the end, he got the checkmate anyways. What a beast. Number 4, Bito still carrying Shin with the arrows in his body. My boy's coughing up blood. My boy's a literal farmer. You know, people always joke about Michael Jordan playing with farmers or plumbers or against plumbers. Shin has literal plumbers and farmers as teammates. That's what I'm saying. The argument's stupid when they say he was playing against or with plumbers. Hey, Bito a plumber, a farmer, and he clutching up. He important to the team. Nah, but real though, Bito telling Shin how much he believes in him, how much he believes that Shin will be the greatest general, that he knows he can do it. It's such a beautiful moment. He tells Shin to keep on moving forward. Hold everyone in your heart, Shin, while you fight. Nah, it was so sad though, I can't lie, because he got my ass too. When he pretended to die, and Shin was laughing too, because he was like, bro, why would you do that, man? And then he actually died. Hara's wrong for that, I can't lie. They really did us like that. Don't even get me started with Yuri, that village chick. Why does she have to hit the sacred stone for? I forgot what episode it was, but earlier she hit the sacred stone when they were praying. Say, hey. Okay, I was about to say, when you mess with time, time tends to mess back, but that doesn't even make sense what I just said. Y'all get what I mean though. Number 3, the worst day of my life. I didn't want to believe Oki's time was near. It hurt so much. But a silver lining was that Oki acknowledged Toe to have never been weaker than him in the first place. He's always been just as strong. When he gave everything to Toe, he entrusted everything to Toe. That was a beautiful moment. But bro, Toe freaking clawing into his own hand, trying to stay strong. Oh man, that hurt, bro. Man, maybe freaking sold. But at least our boy Shin's up next. Oki died knowing that he passed on his legacy to a young sprout. He passed on his glaive. Let's be real, he probably didn't know. He passed on his legacy to the main character. But the story really did us like that. Did Mobu sell or did the story sell? It was a good choice though. Still, I'm allowed to complain. They're really Ned Stark this. They white bearded us. Bro. Number 2, we flash back a little bit. Even though he's pretty much 1 foot in the grave already, Oki still wants to take Shin to school. The view of a general. Riding with Oki, riding behind Oki, getting backshots from Oki. Probably a once in a lifetime experience. And Shin gets to do all 3. But Oki's right. Shin is currently riding a general's horse. This is how it feels to be a general. Looking at all the enemy faces. Looking at your allies' faces. The sky, the ground, the bodies. You hear all the screaming. The action is right next to you because Oki's the general. This is the view that a general sees. Shin is living through the eyes of Oki, even if it's just for a little bit. And I think that was awesome. Here we go. Before we go to our number 1 spot, I have 3 honorable mentions. Not enough, to be honest. I can't say everything. I might as well just say the whole season was freaking legendary. But first honorable mention, Yotenwa, describing the Zongnu as absolute monsters. For us to find out that Riboku, this mysterious man named Riboku, slayed 100,000 of them with ease. Not like Mobu, not crushing their heads, but slaughtering them through tactics alone. A one-sided dicking down. As much as we can hate Riboku as Chin stands, this has to be one of the most badass entrances. Riboku, known as the man that is about to pincer Oki, that destroyed the famed Northern Horseman tribes, and is then revealed as one of the 3 great heavens of Shao, and everything makes sense. Of course, it had to be someone of that caliber to be able to defeat Oki. Second honorable mention. This kind of ties into what I just said, but when Riboku finally does do the pincer on Oki, he reveals what his plan was to us, the audience, because even we didn't know. And we find out that Riboku is a master of information lockdown, of information manipulation. You're telling me Yotenwa was actually there in person and with her own eyes said 100,000 Zong everyone knew were defeated, but Roboku said he actually decimated 200,000. Holy freaking crap. Yotama didn't even get the exact numbers right. That is scary, bro. Roboku deserves to be glazed at this point in time because it's pretty impressive what he did against Oki. Oki's a monster. And he respected him as perhaps the greatest of the 6 great generals of Qin. The reason why I have so many honorable mentions is because I had to talk about all these. Can't leave them out. The third one is Kyo. The whole story of Kyo as a person, but this specific moment, her come up, dominating everybody to the point of becoming the 6th great general of Qin. She became someone that rivaled the other 5 great generals. And I'm pretty sure she did all this at the age of 16 to 18. I'm not sure, that's just my prediction, but that's insane. This is something that I don't think everyone realizes. The system wasn't something made and then they picked people to fill it. These guys were so great that King Sho was like, you know what? I need to make a system for these 6 to be able to reign free. It just so happened they had 6 beasts. And Kyo was the only female great general to reach this rank. Psst, that's crazy, bro. And she a baddie. And then we come to number 1. The number 1 moment. Heartbreaking, but at the same time, shameless. It doesn't matter that Hoken's been training for 9 years, Oki still beats his ass. He shatters his glaive. He's ready to end Hoken with this last swing, but then the rattiest thing happens. Oki, 1 second away from killing Hoken. Shin, 1 second away from saving Oki by killing Geika. But it's too late. 1 second too late. We're all 1 second too late. Oki takes a shot in the back. An arrow in the back, and then Hoken stabs him. Ah! That hurt me. And even when he's at death's door, Oki can't help but aura farm. This entire season he was aura farming. This entire arc he was aura farming. He talks about the importance of being a general, the title of a general, all the things that they do, why the name or the title of a general carries so much weight. They're constantly dancing with death's door throughout their journey to then reach that rank. And then they receive not only the responsibility, but the great honor of commanding the lives of hundreds of thousands. And so Oki finishes with one thing. Hoken, you ask who I am. I am one of the greatest generals in the world. And that is by far my favorite moment in the season. But yeah, man, freaking Hoken the hoe. Oki's my goat. Roboku's a hoe. But I gotta admit, I might be doing tricks on it, but I'm very impressed by Roboku. Come on, bro. He took everything into account when it came to fighting Oki. Yes, it pisses me off a little bit that Oki technically lost to slightly faster horses, but Roboku knew that. He knew Oki would misjudge their speed, even by a little bit. And hey, to be able to see that legendary battle of wits between Roboku and Oki, even though Oki didn't actually know Roboku, he didn't actually meet him, which is crazy. But that was awesome to see. A battle of the greatest, a battle of the titans, a chess match. But yeah, if I missed the moment, let me know what you guys thought was the best moment of the Battle Bayou arc in the comment section below.